Snoopy Come Home was a 1972 American animated comedy drama film that featured the Peanuts characters and was mostly focused on the dog called Snoopy, who received a letter from his original owner called Lila after she got sick and was submitted in the hospital. It was a sad movie because Snoopy had to go and live with Lila while leaving Charlie Brown all alone and depressed. Today, I want us to revisit all the characters who were affected by this film, and we are going to discuss them and later look at the voice actors who took part in voicing them, all who are still alive except one. As the film started, Snoopy was comfortably living with Charlie Brown, who was his owner and best friend. He later learned through a letter that his original owner called Lila was sick and in the hospital, and he immediately made the decision to go and visit her. This action left Charlie Brown in a state of sadness, as he witnessed his best friend leaving him all alone. The whole film was about Snoopy's journey to the other town where Lila lived and the effect his departure left to his other best friend. Woodstock, on the other hand, was a small yellow bird of an unknown species and the best friend of Snoopy. He decided to help Snoopy on his journey to Lila, and was just a happy and joyous character that kept Snoopy busy and comfortable. He was the only one who was so loyal and devoted to Snoopy, and was also very brave despite his small stature. He communicated through chirps and whistles, and both of these characters were voiced by the legendary Bill Melendez, who was a Mexican-American animator and voice actor. He dedicated his whole life in creating and animating the characters of Peanuts in most of the Peanuts animated specials, and was also an animator in Walt Disney and Warner Brothers cartoons. He was active from 1938 to 2006, and he sadly passed away on the 2nd of September, 2008 at the mighty age of 91 years. His cause of demise was ruled out to be of natural causes. Charlie Brown was the owner and best friend of Snoopy in the film. He was not necessarily the main character in this particular movie, and was just someone who was in total sadness after Snoopy left him for his initial owner called Lila. He was a dedicated and responsible owner who deeply loved his dog Snoopy, and that was why his sudden departure left him in an emotional mess. He was deeply hurt after Snoopy left, and was at one point too emotional to speak at Snoopy's farewell party. He couldn't even eat or sleep, but later had to accept the fact that his best buddy was now in the care of someone else. His innocent voice was from a man called Chad Weber, who is a former child actor and now a graphic designer. He was mostly known for voicing Charlie Brown in the 1970s movies and shows, but he retired in 1973 and started his graphic designing as from 2017.
We get all the people together in the world that we really like.
Linus van Pelt was the best friend of Charlie Brown and the younger brother of Lucy. He was a philosophical and intelligent kid who was known to be well-informed despite his age. He was a loyal friend who comforted Charlie after Snoopy's departure and tried his best to make him feel at ease. He is mostly famous for carrying his security blanket everywhere he went and would cry a lot whenever anyone took it from him. Voiced by Stephen Shea, who is an American actor that is mostly remembered for voicing this specific character. He is now married to Sheila Shea and they both have 2 children. Lila was a little girl and one of the female characters in the Peanuts franchise. She was the original owner of Snoopy before Charlie Brown, and the film was about how Snoopy sadly left Charlie to go visit her in the hospital after she got sick. She was known to have a deep bond with Snoopy during their time together, and even years after their separation. She never forgot the fun they had and was still missing him very much as time went by. She was also known to be a very kind and polite person who cared and loved every living thing she came into contact with. Her beautiful voice was from Johanna Baer, who was a former child actress that retired from the screens while she was still a kid. Now, Clara was the main antagonist in this film. She was not necessarily a bad person, and was just an unintentional villain who really loved animals in a way that was too excessive to the animals. She even took Snoopy by force and wanted him to live with her without caring how Snoopy felt about the situation. The problem was not her love for animals. The problem was that she wanted to have pets like Snoopy and Woodstock but did not know a thing about feeding them or taking care of them. She was voiced by Linda Erkely, who is an American actress and singer. Just like the other voice actors we've discussed today, Linda is also very famous for this particular role.
Bird, Ma. To add to my collection, Ma. A dog and a bird.
Lucy Van Pelt was the older sister of Linus. She was a crabby and bossy girl who always tried to control situations and people, especially her younger brother Linus and Charlie Brown. She was known for her loud and aggressive manner and also for belittling Charlie Brown in most occasions. She was like the cool kid in most teenage drama movies who always wanted attention from her friends and assurance from others that she was beautiful and prettier than the rest. She was voiced by Robin Cohn, who is a former child actress mostly known in this Peanuts movie.
Art, I stand before you as we all gather to say our last goodbyes.
Freda was another female character with a naturally curly hair which she was extremely proud of. Her hair was always the center of attention, and it always made other girls jealous of her. Even while playing baseball with Charlie Brown and her friends, she always refused to wear a baseball cap just to show her hair off. She was very talkative throughout her appearances, and she was mostly seen accusing Snoopy of being very lazy and useless for sleeping on his doghouse instead of hunting. This weird character was voiced by Linda Mendelson, an American former child actress who voiced Freda in the early versions of the Peanuts from the 60s and the 70s.
I do too. I worry about being able to fit into the responsibilities of adult life.
Sally Brown was the younger sister of Charlie Brown. She was the most dramatic person in the show and was also known to have a huge crush on Linus, whom she always referred to as her sweet baboo. Her role in the film was small, but she was known to complain a lot to things like having to go to school and her daily activities which she gossiped with her friends. Hillary Momberger was responsible for her voice. She is an American actress and a former child voice actress who is also known for this role.
Today is on dinosaurs. The largest dinosaur that ever lived was the...
A girl named Peppermint Patty was an outgoing and sporty girl who had a crush on Charlie Brown, and she nicknamed him Chuck. She was an all-star athlete and a natural leader who actually managed her own baseball team. And unlike in sports, she struggled in school and mostly fell asleep in class and also got poor grades. She never knew that Snoopy was a dog, and always thought that he was a funny-looking kid with a big nose. They both had a strong friendship together and even used him as a member of her baseball team. Her crush on Charlie never materialized to anything, and her appearances were about her trying to please him by taking him out on a date to play. She was voiced by Christopher DeFaria, who is an American film producer and a former child actor. He previously worked as the president of animation and innovative technology at Warner Brothers Entertainment, and is now a president at DreamWorks Feature Animation Group.
I've seen people get sick on merry-go-rounds and Ferris wheels and roller coasters, but you're...
And finally, we have a boy called Schroeder, who was mostly known for his skills of playing the toy piano as well as his love for classical music and composition. He was a music genius who was rarely seen without his toy piano, and his life basically revolved around classical music. He was typically very serious and reserved, and Lucy was known to have a crush on him, but he always turned her down. And despite his serious nature, he was one of Charlie Brown's closest and most respectful friends in the film. His voice came from David Carey, who is a former child actor and a legend in the Peanuts franchise.
Give me $1,275, please.